Dear audience, nee, test. All right, dear audience, let me ask you a question. How will we fly in 50 years? A difficult question, perhaps one that doesn't even have an answer yet. However, one thing is clear. It will look vastly different from today's methods. The aviation sector has seen incredible growth over the past years after the restrictions were lifted. As a result, at the end of the year, we're expected to be back to 85% of pre-pandemic passenger numbers, as more and more people are choosing to travel by plane. And this growth is not expected to stop anytime soon. A result of this is that there is a pressing need to address the environmental concerns of the aviation sector, as it's become clear that our current propulsion methods, which rely heavily on fossil fuels, are not sustainable in the long term. Furthermore, innovations need to be disruptive in order to gain a net reduction in emissions despite the sharp increase of the number of flights. How wonderful is it then to be gathered here today with all those who feel the intrinsic need to help in speeding up this transition. We have industry experts, we have innovators, disruptors, and the young generation. The people in this room today will be most critical in enabling the future of aviation. And the sheer number of attendees today shows me that the motivation is definitely there. To introduce myself, my name is Max van Hugten, and as the president of the VSV Leonardo da Vinci, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2023 edition of the VSV Symposium, themed Fueling the Future, Redefining Aircraft Propulsion Systems. The symposium is one of the highlights of our year, one of the hallmark events that the VSV is known for. As many of you know, our goal is to enrich the lives of the students in the broadest sense of the word. And perhaps today is the ultimate method of reaching this goal, as we're enriching your lives by educating you with new knowledge, ideas, and visions about the technology that lies ahead. And by educating you, combined with the tremendous curiosity of our students, I'm sure that we can plant a seed that will one day become a key technology in sustainable aviation. We're gathered here today to talk about a topic of immense importance to the aviation industry and perhaps to the entire world: the future of aircraft propulsion systems. We have an exciting afternoon ahead of us, filled with visions of the future. Across 4 presentations and 2 panel discussions, we'll get to hear our experts' views on novel propulsion systems. On behalf of the VSV Leonardo da Vinci, I'd like to welcome Volker Baumbach, Thomas Ripplinger, Victor Rijkaard, Maartje de Groot, Jolanda Stevens, Mees Fox, Brian Moran, Joost Dieben, Henry Wery, Gerben Drijfhout, and lastly, Eugene Kors, to this edition of the symposium. They will all get to come on stage today and contribute their share to this symposium. And I'm really looking forward to all the content today, especially with the wide variety of expertise that we have on our guest list. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors and our partners for today, as without their support, today would not have been possible and we would not have such an amazing list of speakers. To continue, on top of this amazing program, our visitors will have the chance to take a look around on the innovation floor, right here in the foyer of the aula. During the breaks and the network drinks, you can see which companies and projects like Delft or the Aerospace Innovation Hubs, they showcase their innovations with demonstrations and models. This is the perfect way to get to know all the attendees and the companies that are here over some new techniques and technologies that you can learn about. And finally, I would like to leave you all with a challenge. I want to encourage you to critically listen to everything you hear today. As you might know, curiosity is a big driver behind innovation. And in the wise words of one of our members of honor, Anneke Groeneveld, I want you to leave this room at the end of the day with more questions than you arrived with. Let the speakers of today answer existing questions, but plant the seeds for new ideas and new questions to grow. And I'm really looking forward to hearing all of your ideas later today. Finally, before handing the word to our chair of the day, I want to put a special group of people into the spotlight. For over half a year, our 30th Aviation Department has been hard at work organizing this day for us. It's truly inspiring to see with how much enthusiasm, drive, and discipline they rose to the challenge and took on this project. From inventing call signs to each other, to the countless hours spent working out every single detail. Their dedication to this symposium knows no limits, which is why I want to explicitly thank Archie, Tijmen, Thijs, Nachiket, Matthijs, Tim, and Emma for the incredible job they did. Yes. Yes, it definitely deserves an applause. And then finally, dear audience, I would like to introduce you to Maartje van der Helm. Yes. After gaining experience as a strategic advisor, she now manages performance and development at LVNL. Furthermore, she'll be guiding you through the program this afternoon as our chair of the day. So, without further ado, give a warm welcome to Maartje van der Helm.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I'm really honored to be the chair for this symposium, the Leonardo da Vinci 2023 Symposium, entitled Fueling the Future, Redefining Aircraft Propulsions. It is a technical subject for sure, but it's a subject that is close to our hearts as an air traffic control. Not only because the symposium addresses the transition to sustainable aviation, but also because propulsion systems are of the interest of air traffic control. I would like to commend the VSV for their decision to focus their 2023 symposium on this important but also very challenging subject. I believe the choice of this symposium, this subject, is in the spirit of Leonardo da Vinci. To take on the challenge of tomorrow, to design flying machines in a time when no one dared to imagine this. And, of course, I would like to say that I am happy that we are looking at propulsion systems today in this symposium. I'm sure everyone here is aware of the European Destination 2050 vision. It is clear that innovations to propulsion systems deliver a big piece of the sustainability pie. In the decarbonization roadmap for European aviation, no less than a 37% contribution is expected from innovation to propulsion systems. And that is big. Compare that to the much more modest 6%, which comes from ATM innovations. But there's more, and I will explain that to you later. And I must say, I'm hopeful. Hopeful that the aviation industry can deliver on this decarbonization contribution. The industry has a long-standing reputation on innovating propulsion systems. And I'm sure we can also meet this challenge, even though it seems much bigger than we have ever expected before. But I also believe that time is pressing. The aircraft that are being delivered today will be around in 2050, or at least some of them. So there is no time to waste to really turn the tide on emissions in aviation. And this brings me to the ATC perspective on propulsion systems. Why are air traffic controllers interested in aircraft engines? Well, this may require a bit of an explanation. To understand these connections, we have to look at two issues that surround the transition to sustainable aviation. The first one is the trend towards larger aircraft types. At Schiphol, the average number of seats per aircraft rose by 50% in the last 20 years. Travel demand at Schiphol was not only accommodated through growth in the number of movements of aircraft, but also in the number of seats of per aircraft. There is a clear trend towards larger and heavier aircraft, and it appears that this trend may accelerate as travel demand continues to grow, in the face of the capping of aircraft movements. For LVNL, it meant that we had to invest in innovations that increase the runway capacity. Larger aircraft require more separation, and this reduces runway capacity. A lower runway capacity increases the local environmental footprint because runways have to be used for a longer period of time, and more runways have to be used at the same time. So last month, and I'm really proud of this, LVNL implemented the Intelligence Approach tool that boosts runway capacity and to mitigate the effect of more heavy aircraft in the traffic mix. The second issue is that the environmental friendly zero-emission aircraft types tend to be smaller in the first generation at least. This is also an ATC challenge because heavier aircraft affect runway capacity, but a mix of heavy and light aircraft affect runway capacity even more. So the challenge that we are looking at is this. How can we accommodate the first generation of electric, hydrogen, hybrid aircraft without negatively affecting the local environmental footprint? Having said that, I think it's clear that we need to work together. And this is really where our strength lies in the Netherlands. Just look at the collaborations that we have already in place. We, as LVNL, have many national and international partnerships. We are really proud of our collaboration with TUDelft, with the Knowledge and Development Centre, and iLabs, which is an innovation platform at LVNL, which is maintained and developed by the aerospace faculty. And we seek to further expand this collaboration with the involvement of students, who are the next generation of innovators, engineers, and leaders of the airspace industry. I'm really looking forward with great anticipation to this day, the presentations, the discussions, and the insights. I wish you all a very interesting and educational day.